Go anytime.
Every day, the Oregon Trail chapter of the American Red Cross is hard at work, saving, rebuilding, and connecting lives down the street, across the country, and around the world. Here are just a few of the stories that illustrate how we're putting this mission into action all year long. Imagine trying to navigate the perils of high school while being homeless. AmeriCorps member Louise McKenzie has seen these challenges firsthand while working with Evan, a senior at Parkrose High School. Evan started off the school year living in a motel room with his dad and 2 siblings, but didn't let this keep him from his goal of getting into college. He's seen Louise every week and has been working tirelessly on his college plan. At this point, he's fulfilled all of the requirements for Louise's program, filling out a financial aid form and a scholarship packet, visiting 2 colleges, and finally, applying to the school of his choice. Evan even went an extra step and took the SAT. As a result of all of his efforts, and with the help and support of the AmeriCorps program, Evan will make Louise proud when he starts at PSU this fall. It's not unusual to hear about fires and floods at Sunday school, but it's still an unlikely place to face a real emergency. Health and safety instructor Kim Schlosser was enjoying some fresh watermelon when she spotted a 1-year-old choking on a piece of the juicy fruit. Being trained in first aid, including what to do when someone's choking, Kim was ready to step in immediately. But so was someone else, the father, who was a former instructor himself. Though the situation was touch and go, Dad managed to dislodge the melon and save his little girl's life. That's what Red Cross training is all about, being prepared to save a life, your own or someone else's. I've been out here in the cold, the rain, and the snow. I'm thankful to the Red Cross for what they're doing. They are really, really nice people. These centers are a blessing, and I thank the Red Cross for reaching out to us like they do. God bless this place for being open, and the Red Cross because they are doing all they can. I really appreciate it. These are just a few of the comments we heard from guests who stayed in the emergency warming centers, which opened for the first time this year. All told, the Oregon Trail chapter provided hundreds with a warm place to sleep on the very coldest nights, making our mission of saving lives truly a reality. Not every Red Cross story has a happy ending. When Ruth Lindeman came to the Oregon Trail chapter, she was looking for an aunt and uncle that she believed had perished in the Holocaust. Caseworker Polly Alexander was responsible for tracking down what had actually happened and was able to confirm Ruth's fears. In April 1942, her relatives were sent to a Nazi concentration camp. Her uncle was executed in September of that year. There were no further records regarding her aunt. Polly was able to provide the original handwritten records that Ruth's family had been seeking for more than 60 years. And even though the news was sad, the family sent on a thank you note and a donation for the chapter's help in making these distant connections. No one needed to remind the owner of the neighborhood convenience store about fire prevention. Every morning, he wakes up to a view of the charred building across the street. That's why he was so pleased to see Oregon Trail chapter staff and volunteers as they fanned out across Northeast Portland's Humboldt neighborhood to talk emergency preparedness with residents. Over the course of 2 days, the first effort of the new Together We Prepare Our Neighborhood project touched more than 1,300 households, taking Humboldt from a neighborhood most likely to need Red Cross assistance to one most likely to be ready for anything. The Oregon Trail chapter is known for helping those in need. But what happens when the person who needs assistance is one of our own? Earlier this year, Jamie DeBella, the chapter's former website coordinator, was involved in a serious car accident that left her in extreme pain and unable to venture out of the house on her own. While Jamie's family and friends were there to help, she still needed extra assistance getting to physical therapy and doctor's appointments. That's where transportation services stepped in, helping Jamie get where she needed to go to start putting her life back together. While it's easy to think of transportation services as only assisting the elderly or permanently disabled, Jamie is living, walking proof that the Red Cross is there to help anyone who needs it. Sterling Wagner has faced more than his fair share of challenges, from being 6 foot 6 inches tall to buying size 17 shoes and having a disability. But last December, he faced the biggest challenge of all. When his home was swept away by floodwaters, Sterling escaped, but had to swim back across a raging river to rescue his dog and liberate his wallet. Even after making it to safety, this gentle giant still had to trek to a neighbor's house more than a mile away. When Sterling made it to a Red Cross shelter, he was fighting off hypothermia, but we were able to help with a hot meal, clean clothes, a place to rest, and the support to begin rebuilding his life. As Sterling said, "With my dog Haas, some pocket change, a sunny morning, and the help of the American Red Cross, I've got everything I need to get by." These are the stories of the Oregon Trail chapter and the lives that we've touched in the last year. We hope you're inspired by the work we've done. We couldn't do it without you, and we're glad you're part of our team.